Hello friends, back again today with another demo. I'm going to show how you can mix some PowerShell, some plotting libraries, all in a Polyglot interactive notebook to do some cool graphics. So this is what we're going to be doing. ScottPlot is a free open source plotting library. It was built for .NET, but I've done a little bit of wrapping to make it work inside of PowerShell, and you can do all kinds of graphics. And we'll also be looking at how to do that inside a Polyglot notebook. A Polyglot notebook is an extension for Visual Studio Code. You need to do a couple things to set it up. In the description below, you can click on the link to the repo. It'll show you, point you to how to set this all up inside of Visual Studio Code. And you'll be able to grab this notebook. You'll be able to grab the PowerShell stuff that works with ScottPlot and makes all this thing look really cool. So just click on that link, go grab that stuff. So let's get going. So this is a cell, and I'm going to run this cell. It's kind of like typing in the PowerShell console, pressing enter. I'm going to run it, and I'm going to load up the helper, that PS1 file. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create three different ScottPlots: a bubble, scatter, and bar chart. Okay, and you can see here I'm just setting up a couple of arrays with some data, and using PowerShell to loop through these different names to do an add bubble, scatter, and bar chart. And inside that script block in the for each, I'm going to create a new ScottPlot, going to plot the data, and then here's the show ScottPlot in Notebook, another function I've written to take the data so you can see it inside of a Polyglot interactive notebook. So let's run that. Should be pretty quick. And there we see the bubble plot. All right, and then we have the scatter, and then we see the bar chart. So we see all the same data in different ways. Let's scroll down here. We can create things like exploded pie charts. So what's interesting about this is I can actually have a bunch of different cells that maybe goes out, grab some CSV or JSON data or Excel data or from a database, and I can pull that together, put these into arrays, and then I can do charting right here inside of the notebook. And then I can give the notebook to somebody, and they can either see the data already run, or they can actually rerun it themselves depending on if they have the connectivity. Let's take a look at a couple other things. There's a nice feature inside of the ScottPlot DLL. I can actually randomly generate 1 million or a whole bunch of data, all double values, and I can create a signal chart. So that's 1 million points, and the random walk created that into a PowerShell array. We created a plot. We said, all right, add those values to a signal type chart, gave it a title, and then we displayed it in line. So there's all kinds of cool different types of charts you can do. There's that type. Let's see what else. We can do a radial chart. So some very cool things. These are just some basic values that I'm creating and calling straight away like an add radial gauge. There's other things in the $PLT that you can set, and you can go explore those, figure that out. They have a great help section on their website, and then you can come in here and experiment away inside of an interactive notebook. And the cool thing is that as I'm running this, the actual PowerShell is being saved as well as the chart image, so that when somebody opens it, they can see the results all ready to go, don't have to run it. It goes along with the notebook. So once again, check out the link below for the repo. Check out the repo, clone it, everything's there ready to go. Instructions on how to set up Visual Studio Code with this really other neat piece, the Polyglot interactive notebooks. Have a good one.